Salute. Top of the morning, top of the AM, top of the grizzly, top of the grind. Welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I'm your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of recording, also known as the voice of the streets, but better known as the glue, because I like to keep things together and keep them in their proper perspective. How y'all doing out there this morning? Man? I figured I'd tap in with the peoples early in the morning at the gig. Y'all know how I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to touch on the topic of the bros. Rest in peace to Twan, and a major shout out to Shawn. The bros out of Farragut Projects, Brooklyn, New York. If you don't know, now you know, and you will soon find out even more. I've been doing my history. You know what I'm saying? Doing my history, doing my research, and I have to be honest with you, man. I slept on these bros because I know a lot of hitters out of Farragut, you know what I'm saying? Too many to name, you know what I'm saying? They know who they be. Shout out to Crime, shout out to Half, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Squirrel, you know what I'm saying? Tracy Washington, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on. Rest in peace, my guy. But when it came to the bros, I slept on the bros. Why? Because they wasn't out there thugging and bugging. They was getting to it. In fact, in the early 80s, Shawn was running neck and neck with 50 Cent, the real 50 Cent. Yeah, Shawn was outside. 50 was his man. 50 was running wild. You know what I'm saying? He the one who took 50 to Harlem. When 50 realized he needed to jump out one whip into another, and 50 pulled up in Brooklyn with the Jetta. That was a Harlem vibe that 50 got fucking with Shawn up in Harlem. Yo, man, their story is so unique, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They went to school in New York City, in Lower Manhattan. Printing be the school. They made the news. In the early 80s, they made the news. High profile case. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Their story is crazy, son. Their story is crazy. And Twan, rest in peace to the bro Twan. Twan was the younger brother. But Twan was the one out there getting to it. Twan was the one whose name was like ringing crazy because Shawn himself, he slipped up a few times and had to sit down, do a couple city bids and shit. And while he was away, his brother was turning up. You know what I'm saying? And them dudes was rubbing elbows up in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? They was fucking with Queens niggas. They was out of state, Baltimore, Maryland, DC, VA, all that. And we talking in the 80s when New York City niggas wasn't making it home, son. New York City niggas was going out to Maryland, getting left out there. They wasn't making it home, son. They wasn't making it home. But Shawn and Twan was out there doing it. You know what I'm saying? Even the boys in VA know what it be. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Clips. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? He definitely gave him a shout out on one of his tracks. You know what I'm saying? He let the world know Twan and Shawn. You know what I'm saying? And Shawn's the older brother, but Shawn will let you know, man, he rolls out the carpet. He rolls out the red carpet for his little bro. Because his little bro was getting to it. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Twan. Twan lost his life in a bang out with the police in 9-1 up in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing my homework, man. I've been doing my history. I've been doing my research. I've been vibing with Shawn. And it's so much history, man. It's so much history. Not just in Brooklyn, son. I'm talking that Harlem shit. You know what I'm saying? Get money with Fritz. I see somebody in the comments ask me the other day, do I know anybody that possibly knew Fritz or could talk about Fritz? Yes, indeed. Shawn gonna pull up and he gonna talk about Fritz because Shawn was getting money with Fritz. Shawn and Twan was part of that Fritz organization, that Fritz crew, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? That man can speak for himself and let you know what it really was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely looking forward to the story of the bros, Twan and Shawn, featuring Shawn. Because I'm going to get Shawn on the phone for an interview, man. And let him go, man. I'm going to let him go, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let him go. Because he's given me so much, you know what I'm saying, in my days of knowing him. You know what I'm saying? Vibing with him every day, talking to him every day on his jack. He's giving me so much, man. I don't want to give it to you. I want to let him give it to you. Because every day he giving me more and more and more and more and more. There's so much I can't give it all to you. I gotta let him give it to you, son. Word. Reminiscing with Shawn, man. Yo, how many people remember growing up in the projects playing on top of the elevators? Y'all remember riding on top of the elevators as kids and shit, risking your life? Yeah, we did that in the early 80s. And in LG, one of the little homies lost his life playing on top of the elevators. He got his head chopped off, and that shit spooked everybody. And that was the end of riding the top of the elevators in LG in the early 80s. They did the same thing in Farragut. They did the same thing in Fort Greene. They probably did the same thing in all the projects in Brownsville. But when they did it in the projects in Farragut, Shawn never forgot about it. So by the time Shawn jumped off the elevators and started hustling and was doing what he do, Shawn used to hide bricks on top of the elevator. Who would have ever thought of that? All the years of us living in the housing projects, how many of us would have thought, yo, hide the work on top of the elevator? And I'm quite sure he got stories about incidents where shit almost went left, hiding that coke on top of the elevator. Oh, man, he got stories, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, and boys was very creative with it, you know what I'm saying? And we talk in the early days when crack first came out. Shawn was out there getting it, you know what I'm saying? He could tell you the stories about when he first came out and first seen a nigga sell crack and made a decision to sell crack. And come to find out, 50 Cent was selling crack and they hooked up. And this is early 80s, man. This is before 50 Cent had the Jetta and 50 Cent was robbing and stealing and sticking everybody and bugging the fuck out and his life was on the line. You know what I'm saying? This was way before that. This is when they first came off the stoop and was selling crack. They was the first people with crack. You know what I'm saying? Or their first introductions to crack. This is the early 80s. Shawn gonna take it there, son. Yeah, man. He gave me so much, son. And then you talking about the Harlem shit. Them niggas had a front row seat to all that shit with Alpo and Rich. Rest in peace, Rich Porter and AZ and them getting all that money. You know what I'm saying? Hector Connect, Dave, the man. You know what I'm saying? They was out there doing their numbers, son. They was out there doing their numbers up in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, Shawn gonna contest to all that. He gonna lay it down, son. He gonna lay it down. He gonna lay it down. Word. He's been giving me a lot of history on the bros, which is Shawn and Twan. But he also gave me a lot of Harlem history because he was there. You know what I'm saying? He was there. You know what I'm saying? He first pulled up on me. He was like, yo, I want to do an episode on your show. I was like, all right, cool. What's up? What you want to talk about? He was like, yo, I want to talk about the whip game. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn niggas ain't really turned their whip game up. We had it, you know what I'm saying? We was driving certain types of styles of cars at one time, but Harlem was driving a different type of cars. I want to do a story on the whips. I was like, all right, cool. So when me and him started vibing and talking about the whips, I was like, hold on, son, but where all that money was coming from for the whips? Niggas was balling with these whips. Where all that money was coming from? You know what I'm saying? Because Shawn and Twan was known for that white Volvo in Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? Niggas at Farragut know what it is, that white Volvo. So I'm like, yo, where all the money was coming from? Oh, okay, you talking about something else. Yeah, I'm talking about something else. So then he started giving me all that shit, and I was like, man, this story need to be told. And for sure, we gonna tell it. We gonna tell it. We gonna tell it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna tell the story of the bros. Twan and Shawn. Rest in peace to Twan. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it's hitting for, son. Y'all know what it's hitting for. Brooklyn. This is gonna be a banger, son, because just like I was throwing shots at Bleak for not knowing who the fuck Nut was, I had to check myself like, oh shit, Bleak ain't the only one guilty of some shit like that. Big Fruit guilty of not knowing who the fuck Twan and Shawn was. Word. Niggas really take my Brooklyn card, son. But I can admit when I'm wrong. I can apologize when I'm wrong. And I can right my wrongs. And that's what I am doing here at the Real Big Fruit Podcast with the story of the bros. Twan and Shawn. Farragut. Brooklyn, New York. It is going down. I'm telling you, son. Nothing but exclusive content here at the Real Big Fruit Podcast, son. You know what I'm saying? Only I could do what I do, son. I keep telling y'all, son, these other niggas can't do what I do, son. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't want to let me in the door, son. They don't want to let me in the door, son. So many moves will be made if I get in the door, son. So many real niggas gonna shine if I get through the door, son. So many voices behind the wall gonna get heard if I get through the door, son. They don't want me through the door, son. They don't want to put me in the game, coach. They don't want to put me in the game, coach. But I'm going to make them put me in the game. I'm going to make them respect what I do. I'm going to make them love what I do. I'm going to make them appreciate what I do by keep dropping this exclusive content like the story of the bros, Twan and Shawn, Farragut, Brooklyn, New York. It is going down. It's going to be a movie when Shawn pull up, son. I'm telling you, it's going to be a movie when Shawn pull up, man. Listen, man, it's your boy Big Fruit. You know how I do. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is and say what it ain't. And right now, it is all about the bros, Twan and Shawn, Farragut, Projects, Brooklyn, New York. Rest in peace to Twan. Listen, man, I'm going to get up out of here and get my day started, you know what I'm saying? But y'all know how I do. I'm going to tap in. Until next time, salute.